I've been saying it for a while. I've been saying it. Hey guys, Stacy Meisner with SWADE Productions, and today I'm upset. I don't understand video gaming. Now, let me tell you, when I grew up, I first had my original Nintendo Entertainment System at about 8 or 9. Before that, it was He-Man and G.I. Joe cartoons. And while I was playing those video games, I was still playing with my toys, you know. But that's another story. Then back then, and I'm not gonna say it was better than it is now because I enjoy it nowadays too, but back then there wasn't reviews telling you what to buy and what not to buy. You know what I'm talking about. And back then you went and rented a game or you bought the game. Real simple. There was no hold your hand through this level, hey, go this way because your quest is this way. You know what I'm talking about. There wasn't a yearly elite or whatever you want to call that nowadays. I can't even remember subscription with every game. So you go out and buy at least a $60 game at Walmart, wherever you want to buy this. But then they tack on, hey, for $50, we'll give you 4 or 5 map packs, and you know I'm talking about the 4 or the 5. And but the thing about this is, the thing where they get you is going to be, well, game in particular, and I'm not that good at it, but that's beside the point too, is we'll give you 4 map packs a year, 4 map packs. Now, out of those 4, you get 4 old maps. And I remember specifically when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 come out, that was my most favorite shooter online. And let me tell you why. The reason why I enjoyed it so much was several reasons. One is they actually had a 2-on-2. If I remember correctly, me and my buddy would play 2-on-2, like a little small clan battle, real similar to the SOCOM. I think they should take notes on the SOCOM stuff. As well as there was a summer, now correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I just hit my head and I was sleeping or something, but there was a summer on Modern Warfare 3 where the Elite, you got map packs every month. And guess what? Correct me if I'm wrong again, I don't remember any of them being redos. The thing with me is I don't have a problem buying the game. You know, well, yeah, I do, but I don't have a problem most of the time buying it every year. But the Elite and the map packs, I mean, come on. In this latest installment of Black Ops 3, it's like, hey, game's $59.99, DLC is $50, but hey, we're going to introduce this new money-making idea to where you got to buy these Call of Duty points or whatever that crap is so you can get the guns. And by the way, if you're not getting the guns, you're getting a chance to roll on the guns. If you don't believe what I'm saying, just look YouTube up on that crap. You'll see a lot of angry people on that. People spending real money from their job, mom, dad, robbing a convenience store, whatever you want to call that. You know, they're spending their real money on this stuff and they're not even getting the guns. I fortunately didn't spend any money and I have 1 or 2 guns just by random roll chance. So anyway, I do have a friend, I'm not going to mention his name, he's probably watching this, who spent, you know, $40 or $50 and he got that. So I think that's a bunch of crap too for gamers. Now for the industry, I think it's great. You know, you got all these people, you know, they're going to heckle their mom, put a credit card in or whatever you want to do, and they're going to keep spending this thing. You know, it's kind of like gambling. I just think it's wrong because you get the mindset, well, $10 more and I'll have this gun. 10 more. What's the difference? Cha-ching, slot machine, whatever. That's just a shooter side of it. You know, your first-person shooters, which I'm absolutely just, you know, so done with first-person shooters. Let's go back to third-person shooters, okay? And my favorite third-person shooter of all time was on the PlayStation 2, and it was SOCOM. I would gladly like to see any of those since we're in the remake stages of this because, you know, all the creativity, I guess, is gone with that right now. This is in my opinion, a great time to be a younger gamer who doesn't know back in the day, doesn't know that, you know, the games like SOCOM, Crash Bandicoot, which I never played, but I understand they're remaking another one of those. You know, the Resident Evils that they keep remaking and making. I mean, come on, how many times can you buy Resident Evil 4? It was a great game, but my God, you know, 5 versions, it ain't that great. Okay, so let's talk about, you know, another problem I have with shooters, and this honestly, correct me if I'm wrong again in the comments below, but with SOCOM, we'll go back, okay? SOCOM was my favorite shooter of all time, and I was absolutely horrible at it. But I loved it. So you got these SEALs, or you have these elite soldiers and other games and stuff like that, you know, and you got to pick a weapon, but you don't get to start out with the weapons they start out with in, you know, real world combat because, you know, they're trying to be authentic. You've got to earn your assault rifle. You've got to earn your scope. You've got to earn this grenade launcher attachment. You've got to earn all this crap. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You should, a Navy SEAL or a Ranger, Green Beret or Delta, they have this stuff right now. You know, so why should I have to earn that? In fact, if you want to put in a system to where you have to earn stuff, let's make it more MMO style, which I'll get to that in a minute. But MMO style as in, you know, the more you reload, the faster you get. You know, the more you sprint, the longer you can sprint, the faster you can sprint. I mean, be creative. I mean, I'm not a genius, but good Lord, I've got this, you know. MMOs. Let's talk about MMOs, or at least one in particular, World of Warcraft. Good God, I've spent a lot of time on that game, and I'm so glad I'm not in it. I was in Vanilla WoW. I was in, which I loved because the World Elites would absolutely destroy you, especially in Stranglethorn Vale. I remember several of those elites. That was a group. And then comes Outlands expansion. I can't remember what it's called right now. Forgive me. Comes the Outlands expansion. That was pretty cool. You know, place looked good, looked great. And, you know, expansions kept coming. However, you know, the Mist of Pandaria, no. Kung Fu Panda does not need to be in a video game. So, and this is all my opinion. Like it or not, thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for watching. But anyway, the last two expansions from Warcraft, correct me if I'm wrong again in the comments below, we've already had those expansions. Yeah, you've added updated graphics, or you've done this and done that, and no, I have not played it, and no, I will not play it. I mean, we've already done Outlands. So at this rate, you know, we've done Outlands. We've done, what's this newest one? I cannot remember where they went. They went back to Illidan or whatever, which is like Burning Crusades, or no? Yeah, the Burning Crusades, right? I mean, we've already done this. What's next? Lich King stuff? I mean, come on now, I'm just asking questions. I've got, you know, plenty of room to say this because of the facts. So, I don't know, you know, gaming is a perfect business model right now because they're giving you less and less every year and they're rehashing the same thing. And I'm not going to call us idiots, but, you know, I would call us, you know, zombies, the things we shoot in Call of Duty that, you know, are like stupid. Hey, look at that dumb zombie over there. Well, hey, look at that dumb zombie over there playing games, and I'm talking about me too. I was just talking to my buddy the other night about, you know, man, I just wish there was a good game coming out. You know, Uncharted 4 is already out, unfortunately. I haven't heard anything about The Last of Us 2, but I never beat that either because I have ADD for story games. I wish there's something coming out. In my opinion, the only yearly installment needs to be a sports game because there's updated rosters and such. And by the way, 2K, where are you at? College football, NCAA, where are you at? I'm so sick of Madden I could scream, you know? And I'm not that good at that either. You gotta forgive me. I'm 39 years old this year. Okay, so I've been playing games for a long time. In fact, in my opinion, entirely too long. And you know, they're talking about releasing, you know, the Xbox One S, the PlayStation 4 Slim or Pro and Scorpio, and it goes on and on and on. My problem with that is I have children, you know, so I have to buy 2 of everything, and I'm griping about that. Yes, I'm going there because check this out. You know, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 was just released in 2013, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, whereas this is September, so 3 years. We'll say 2 years and 10 months ago it was released, if I'm saying that correctly, because, you know, whatever. But that's the deal. You know, they're releasing another system that'll come out next year. And, I mean, it's so let me get this straight. We're going to rehash the same games and charge you a subscription and get the old maps for the previous game that we could just go back and play. But we can't do that because somebody's playing that, right? They're playing the new stuff, and they're griping about it. So they're learning. All these developers and game companies and all this stuff, in my opinion, are learning not only can we charge you for old crap and keep doing it yearly, we're going to come up with yearly consoles too. And that can't be that far-fetched. You got to think about this. I was just on a website today and I was reading about it that, you know, they're saying, you know, the newer game systems will just, you'll plug new hardware. And I mean, what have I got, a PC? You know, I don't PC game for multiple reasons. All I hear about is people cheating and glitching and hacking. And good gosh, man, I can't afford the hardware every year to keep up. That's why people buy consoles, because it's easier to buy a console. I'm sorry to rant about this, guys, but I'm just extremely passionate about this. I love video games. You know, I love it. Warcraft was great before, you know, it started holding your hand and nerfing everything and, you know, making you buy everything to keep up. And, you know, that's another thing I want to talk about too. You can expect to play World of Warcraft and have to play it all the time to keep up with the gear and the gear score and all that, which I cannot stand you for doing that, Blizzard, because I don't play it every day. Probably a great idea, but it's just not for me. But Call of Duty and Battlefield is another story. I mean, it's the same story though, isn't it? If you don't play all the time, you don't get all the stuff. Am I saying it right? You know, but with Call of Duty and Battlefield, I'm not for sure on Battlefield because I don't play that much. I do enjoy the game though, and that's another gripe that I'll get to in a second too. Sorry about the rant, guys, but I'm not. I'm just fed up. With Call of Duty, you got to play that all the time too, because if you take a break, and I've done this, you know, my KD right now in Black Ops 3 is probably a .73 or something. I'm not a great player, but I enjoy it sometimes. So if you take a break for a week or a month or whatever you may be doing, and you come back to it, man, those people are taking you down. You know, it's crazy. And then you know, you get on to Battlefield. My problem with Battlefield is this. You know, I do not want to pick what part of soldier I'm going to be. I don't want to just be a medic. I don't want to just be an engineer. I don't want to just be a sniper and assault rifle and all these guys. That's one thing I do like about Call of Duty, is the fact that you can be what you want to be, any gun you want to get. You're not restricted because of I'm a medic. What, are you nerfing those guys? They can't fight too? So I hope I've made some points today, and I'm sorry to just pick on, you know, Activision, Blizzard, and EA, respectively. But you know, the problem with it is you know, those are the big developers, you know, and where's Halo? You know, I miss that. I haven't had an Xbox in so long. I miss Halo. I was just talking to a buddy about that the other night. You know, I wouldn't mind getting on some Halo, but then which system do I buy? The Xbox One, the Xbox One S, or do I wait for the Xbox Scorpion? I mean, what do you do? And you got to keep in mind, I've got, you know, an 11-year-old kid coming up. You know, this October he's gonna be 11. So, you know, birthday, Christmas. I mean, it's just money, and they don't really care. You can't tell me they care. You know, especially with releasing consoles as often as they're going to start releasing them and updating them like that, and all this and that. I'm just, you know. So let's talk about reviewing, you know, magazines and, you know, websites. I don't even know if they do magazines anymore, you know, but let's talk about that. I mean, come on, you know, let's talk about Destiny. All the hype it got, all this, you know, it's going to be great, it's going to be a game changer, it's going to be blah, blah, blah. The review comes out and it sucks. Why is that? Who are you trying to tease? You know, World of Warcraft's latest expansion got like a 9.1 on these websites, and I'm not going to list them and all that stuff. I mean, but it's the same thing. Is it not the same thing? You know, and you got to pay $15 a month to play World of Warcraft, and what do you get? You get a game that should be free to play, in my opinion. You know, because they already have microtransactions in there. You can buy mounts, you can up your, you know, level your character up, you know, money. And I don't know. All I'm seeing is a lot of frustration with gaming because we're doing the same thing. I just feel like there's no creativity out there. The ones that are super creative get Game of the Year and stuff like that, but these other companies don't care. You know, they're going to do what they're going to do. You know, I will tell you this, I do enjoy playing Overwatch. You know, that is completely different. You know, but that's, you know, tell me your opinion, you know, not about Overwatch, but when's the last time something like that completely different came out? You know, I'd like to know. Maybe I've missed it. I'm not trying to start, you know, my console's better than yours, my game's better than yours, and I'm not talking about me personally, I'm talking about, you know, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, you know, Activision, Blizzard, EA, anybody else that makes these shooters, games, or anything like that. I'm not trying to say, you know, their game's better than yours, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to start that war, because we all are fanboys of something. And you know, that's another rant for another time on the 4K stuff with gaming. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, so I've got to up my TV. That's 2 TVs, 2 consoles, 2 versions of games. I mean, come on, the list goes on and on. You know, or at least the bill does. You know, not, you know, I mean, come on, you know, and I'm not saying this because I want to go back to, you know, the old days with, you know, playing Castlevania 2, which is my favorite game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So they're re-releasing the NES this year, which is going to come with, you know, 30 or something games. You know, I'm kind of excited about that, but at the same time, it is a remake. And are those games already on the Nintendo, like, store or whatever? I mean, come on, where is the creativity? Give us something, you know? Please. You're a gamer since the Nintendo Entertainment System days, and, you know, going up from there, you know, Nintendo, I think it was a Super Nintendo, and then we had the Sega Genesis, the Sega CD, Sega 32X, the GameCube, Nintendo 64, all this stuff, PlayStation 2, Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and now on up into the PS4, Xbox One, and yes, I have done a little bit of computer gaming. But you know, if this is what we've come up to as a business model where you've honestly got to pay to play, I'm out. So anyway, thanks for watching Rant, Vent, whatever you want to call it. But for me, I think the better days of gaming was back then, you know, because they had a cartridge. There was no patch to fix the game, because that is really frustrating to me, to get a game, excited to play it, because they got to install a crap ton on these little 500 gigabyte hard drives these systems put in them. So, you know, you got to wait for a patch too. I'm like, God, if I would have known this, maybe I should have, you know, bought it on a preload or something like that from the store, instead of having to wait, you know, to put the game in, install, update. Like I've said before, and I'll close with this, the only thing that's going to kill gaming is gaming. Lack of creativity. This is Stacy Meisenheimer, SWADE Productions. I appreciate you watching this video. This is just some of my, you know, frustration with gaming. I have plenty of other frustrations, you know, but maybe I'll get into those one day. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up, you know. Comment below and let me know you feel the same way. Maybe you feel differently. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. You know, maybe you're right, or maybe it's the other way around, but it's just my opinion. So, I don't know, I just think a lot more creativity could be added to this, you know, this media than what it is. So, anyway, thanks for watching.